Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Technic Trials with your host, Nighthawk. I'm just doing a little bit of gathering here, about to head over to where we set up our quarry, which is out this direction. Was thinking about a really cool thing to do would be to set up for our mining operations, the miner that we have built. That'd be kind of cool if we were to upgrade its power source, but do it in somewhat of a unique fashion. So I'm just going over here to get the quarry, since it doesn't seem to be doing anything anyway. Not sure why. I'm not sure if it's just... well, now it seems to... well, let's see, what is its problem? Oh, that's because it's actually done. There we go. Oops. A little overly powered there. So what I thought we'd do for powering this thing is, rather than use just like solar power or something along those lines, I thought we would set up a source of basically an infinite lava source, and then use that lava source to power a geothermal generator. So what we're doing here is just picking up our quarry so that we can take it into the nether, so that we can collect netherrack, because the magma crucible from factorization, or no, not factorization, thermal expansion, get the right mod names here, will turn, it's able to turn the, actually, I really should make sure that the version that I'm using actually has that before I get too far along here. But basically, it's able to turn cobblestone or netherrack into lava, and it's much easier for it to turn netherrack into lava than it is for it to turn stone or for it to turn cobblestone into lava. So if we use netherrack to supply it, then it will be a much more efficient operation. Let's go ahead and do a quick check here as I pause or stop the recording instead of doing this. There we go. Okay, so magma crucible. So this is what we're going to build. We're going to need some nether brick and a machine chassis and a red power coil and a bucket. So what we'll do is we'll set up the infinite lava source, or our lava production facility, I should say. We'll set that up over in somewhere near the house here, and then we'll use railcraft to send little rail carts down the line to our miner, wherever it happens to be at the time, wherever we're moving it to. Whenever we move it, we'll just move the rail line with it, and plug it into a liquid unloader that will basically pump the lava out of the little tank carts into the geothermal generator. So, with that, let's go ahead and do a little bit more inventory maintenance here. Make sure we get all of our important stuff safely put away. Let's do the other bag. And we'll go get the quarry set up in the nether and pick up some nether brick. So I will see you guys in the nether. And here we are in the nether. We do have an issue with taint over this direction. So we want to be careful that we don't get too close over there. I guess the first thing we should do is go grab our nether brick. So let's go jump down here. Someday we'll have to actually finish our farm there. Or, I hear a scorpion somewhere. I know I don't really need this much nether brick, but since I'm right here, I might as well grab some. Silly scorpions. Whoa. I just realized I was falling and had no idea where I was falling to. That could have been really disastrous. Come on, Blaze. Not Blaze. Gassed. Shoot it. That was less than successful. Oh. Well, that's got to be on target. Okay, so enough trying to, man, he messed up my... blew up my access to my portal. Okay, we're gonna go up this direction here. And see what we can find for a good spot to set this up. I want it to be somewhat protected so that we don't have any problems with gas blowing things up. They shouldn't. Once we leave the area, basically we're just going to set up a world anchor and let the quarry do its thing. Let's kind of close ourselves in here. There we go. And might have wanted to bring one more. Well, I guess I can. I don't know if I have a suitable set of coloring, but let's go ahead and get our quarry, get our peat engine, get some logistics pipes out here. Want a provider pipe and a supplier pipe. Let's see here. Put it there. And a basic logistics pipe to route the output back, or route the ash back. We're gonna need that peat. We won't use the wireless receiver on this one, just because it's not going to be convenient. I don't think the wireless actually works very well across dimensions anyway. So I don't know that that's going to really help us with anything anyway. So what we'll do, we're at 93. We should have this should actually give us a pretty large amount of... This should do pretty well anyway. Take some... let's see. One thing that will be useful long term, I don't have the resources to do it yet, but would be handy in the long run, would be to add the chipsets that go on the pipes, so that with pipe wire connecting to the engines, so that I can say when this inventory is filled, turn the engine off, so that it doesn't keep trying to put more in this chest. I don't have a way to do that yet. Might have to actually look at building the infrastructure to build those here pretty soon. That's not the one I want. What I'm looking for is some suitable dye, and I'm going to bring up my spreadsheet that has all of my colors. Let's see here. There it is. And what dyes do I have? Do I not have any dyes on me? Ah, there we go. That'll work. I'm just going to dye it light. That will be our output chest. One other thing that I should grab while I'm here is actually beat up some of the blaze and get some more blaze rods. I can transmute to them, but it takes a lot of resources to transmute to them. And if I can just get them directly, then that would be easier. Okay, so with the supplier pipe here. Actually, I don't want the chest that close. The provider pipe and basic logistics pipe. Now we say this is our default route. We say we want 8 of these and partial request. Okay. And there's our peat going in. Now we just need a lever. There we go. Oh, that's not going to work very well. Let's try here. Now what this should do is it should just cut away. Yeah, you can see there's the border of it. So it's going to cut away a pretty large chunk before it's even going to start quarrying. I help it out a little bit just because we want to collect some of this netherrack anyway. And put all this netherrack collecting in the center chest. So you can see it's going to start. It's going to take it a while just to build the basic framework, just because we're building it. We basically built this inside of a mountain of netherrack to begin with. So there's the edge of it. Let's see if we can find the whole size of this thing. A little bit of luck, this will all be, and I think we're in pretty good shape here, with it being basically all inside of a wall, or inside of a mountain, which should help to protect it from gas and things like that. They would, once it starts digging down, if it opens out underneath, then gas might be able to get in from below, but as long as we're not in the area, then that shouldn't be an issue, because the gas won't have anything to shoot at anyway. We're also going to put a world anchor here to make sure that this always stays loaded and working for us. Should be just about back to the center here. There we go. Now we do have a better idea what this is looking like. So I'm going to stick this netherrack in the chest. So we're going to go ahead and set the rest of that up. See how everything done for it this episode or not. Let's see. Next, let's clear some in our inventory here and get the parts for the world anchor. Oh, I got all kinds of diamonds. Got that. And some obsidian. And let's open our crafting mode. In all four corners and 2 diamonds. Gives us a world anchor. And this should stay loaded regardless of whether we're actually in the nether or not. I'm just going to help take this out so that we'll start building the party sooner. And besides, it's a pretty good amount of netherrack that would be going to waste otherwise. We've been bad by taking the ore. And get pretty close here. This middle section left. Should this let the core get started a little bit sooner, which is always a good thing for what we're looking to do. Plus, it also lets us make sure that it actually is working like we expect it to, especially once we get back to our main base. Lets us make sure that the world anchor is actually working properly to keep this junk loaded. Go ahead, stick this all in the chest. And we should be good to go. So this is all outside the quarry boundaries. Oh, and I think did here, or did rat. At least there was only one pigman. Okay, we're going to close this back up again for the moment. You can see it's building the frame quite nicely, and we're going to add a waypoint to our quarry so that we can actually find it again. Since we're in the middle of a mountain, where it may not be very easy to actually find it again once we leave the area. And what we can also do, actually what we should do here, let's see. Let's actually do this. We want an advanced insertion pipe. Really? Cobblestone pipe doesn't connect to it. Okay, how about... Oh, that's right, I used iron pipes for the connections before, which prevents it from backflowing. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to have an additional output. So that will force it into that chest as long as there is room. We'll have to come back with the additional ender chest. And basically the idea here is if we end up with this chest of netherrack full, until such time as we can actually disable the quarry by whenever the chest is full, then the idea would be to overflow it into another ender chest that has that would be feeding into either the recycler or into the condenser, one or the other. So that's kind of the idea that I've got going there. So now we have our quarry set up. Let's kill this rat. Gave us some redstone. That was awfully kind of him. We're going to close this little operation in. And head back over to our portal. Assuming I can manage that. And come on, guys. Okay, there we go. That was a little scarier than it needed to be. Let's get out of this area. Time to get out of Dodge. Okay, so now that we're back, we were going to get some additional blaze rods too, but we didn't do that. So let's go up here and condense some. I need to make a matching nether chest. Nether chest, ender chest. That's the one I was thinking of. Need to make a matching ender chest and get that set up. I think, let me check to see what my time is looking like here, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. We'll go ahead and get the magma crucible put together here real quick. And I think we'll be able to get it, get the basics of this put together here real quick. I don't think we'll be able to get the whole thing actually built and fully operational quite yet, but we can at least go and look at the how the options for this work, and maybe try actually having it produce into a tank, so we can see if we can do this without actually. Let's see. I don't have what I need now. What I really need right at the moment is more blaze rods. Let's burn a couple of diamonds here. Stick these in that chest so that we can request. Let's try. Nope, we can only get 2 of them, and we're going to need 2 of them just to set up the. I was wanting to get 3 so I could have a third as the last chest for our production. That's going to be too high. Looking for the dye, which should be somewhere down here. What I need is light blue. And let's get some more cocoa beans for our blue dye. We got our 2 chests, we've got our magma crucible, and we need a peat-fired engine. And we already have a bunch of tanks as well. Let's go ahead and make a lever that we're going to need later. Just waiting for the peat-fired engine to show up. Anytime now. Oh, there it is. And now let's go hop over to right in the middle of the tree farm. It seems to be working okay, I think. How's this chest? Well, I guess it's working okay. Close the door. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of tanks, and there's 2 spots that I wanted to use these tanks. The first was to bolster the number of tanks used for creosote oil. because as you can see, our first tank is just about full. So that should last us a good bit longer. Let's go down here. We're out of... Oh, no, we're not out of coal. So I'm going to take this ender chest out and put a regular chest back because I want to actually collect the... man, my inventory's full. I want to actually collect the mining pipe. I don't want it to disappear into my sorting system, because then I would have to actually go track it down again. So this is going to power up just long enough to pull all of the mining pipe up. We'll let it do that for the moment, and we're going to come up on top of... Wow, my jumps are horrible there. We're going to come up right here. Now, in order for this to work with the liquid loader, we're going to put the tanks on this hillside. The liquid loader is going to go right here, and our track will just end right here for our tank carts. That way it will be able to suck the lava from the bottom of the tank here. We're just going to go ahead and build this all the way up with all of the tanks that we have right now. That way we don't have to worry about it later. And let's take our magma crucible and stick it right here. Let's find our output to... That's the top. I think this is the back. Can it not? Let's see. Maybe we have to actually put a pipe on this. Let's take a golden waterproof pipe here. I'm going to actually stick it this way just because I find it easier to... That does not seem to be right. Why does it seem that I can't output liquid? That's annoying. Might have to do a little bit of experimentation here to figure out how to get the lava out. We might have to do some... might have to do some trickery just to make this work at all. Are you doing slime? Nobody's asking for your help. Let's stick some netherrack in here. Grab our peat engine. Obviously, this is kind of a very basic setup and would not represent the final configuration, but that's perfectly okay. It's all about prototyping it anyway. So we're just going to grab a couple of peat bars directly. Put a lever down. And see if we can get this thing to produce at least one bucket of lava worth. And I think it takes about 4,000 EU in order to produce one, or to process one netherrack. At least that's what the current recipes take. So it's going to take a little while to process this. So I'll be back as soon as it's done actually processing. And we're back. And it just finished processing the first piece of netherrack into lava. And color me surprised, but there it is, poured out of the magma crucible right into our tank. It's tempting to try this directly adjacent again as well. I may do some experimentation before setting up the final production here. But as you can see, we actually have lava in the tank, so that's going to work pretty well. And yeah, next time I should have the basics of the of our infinite lava production together. Again, I am looking for feedback whether or not to upgrade to the latest Technic pack for this series. It would require starting a new world, but I'm looking for input and what you guys would like to see. If you'd like to see me continue with this world, then I will certainly be happy to do so. If you'd like to see me explore the new mods, then I will also be happy to do that. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and please remember to hit like and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.